Joe Rieger here. How are you? I'm here to say that life is good. Okay, sure, life can be mixed up with some heartache, some pain, some suffering, illness, who knows. But we're all bound to feel some of these things. But overall, life is good. And I'm saying this as a cancer patient. And I'm trying to live a life now where I appreciate the good things that I have while I have them. And I'm thinking about it. God has blessed me with so many things. I mean, right now, I have a wife and family that love me. They're all gifts from God. I have a lot of friends, a great church. Plus, God has given me gifts to teach and preach and sing and write. And I'm using all of these gifts to bring God glory and to help other people and bring them joy. So, I mean, life is pretty darn good. And you got to remember that. On the flip side of that, life can be pretty tough to bear. I'm going through a tough thing right now. Cancer is not easy. And, you know, we go have our ups and downs emotionally with each CAT scan. If it's a good CAT scan, we're up. If it's a bad CAT scan, we're down. I've got side effects from chemotherapy. But what I'm trying to do is I'm asking God to empower me with the Holy Spirit so that I can enjoy life now, that I can enjoy all the blessings that He's given me. And that's awesome because I'm able to serve God in these capacities. And it doesn't have to be in big capacities. I may preach to 200 people and get an audience laughing or wiping their eyes and connecting with their hearts. Or I may just do it one-on-one with a senior citizen who doesn't get out much. And all of these things are important to God. Now, I wish I can tell you that I've been so wonderful and great about all this, but I have my moments. And I had a little grumbling incident. I was feeling the side effects from the latest round of chemo, and I was a little down and kind of feeling sorry for myself. And then God snapped an image into my mind, an image of a dying friend of ours who was dying of cancer. And her name is Nancy, and she's been fighting stomach cancer for 7.5 years, and the Lord took her home recently to be with her in paradise. But during her last few weeks, she suffered. I mean, she weighed all of 65 pounds, and she was filling up with fluids. Not a pretty picture. She couldn't go out. She had to be helped to do everything, and she suffered. And I was looking at her and saying, wow, you know, in a few years from now, that could very well be me. And it was discouraging. But at the same time, my thought was, when she's looking back at what I'm going through, right, these are the good old days. But right now, you know, if I ever get to that point, and I hope I don't, what I'm experiencing right now, where I'm able to drive and go to the gym and work out and preach and do all these things, these are the good old days. And I got to remember that now. And it's now is the time for me to enjoy them, not to complain or wish I had what I used to have. And that's the thing that I really need to focus on. Now, how about you? I mean, are you learning to live for today? I'm not saying to just always live in the moment in a self-indulgent way. No, I'm talking about living in a way that pleases God, that's enjoyable to you and pleases others. I'm talking about slowing down long enough to enjoy the blessings that are in your life. We've got so many blessings in our lives, and we just so busy. And a lot of these dreams, you know, we may be working hard for the future, and it's good to prepare for the future, but we can't just live for the future. We got to remember where we are for the present, because those future dreams that we're striving for, they may never come. We may be cut short, or they may never come into fruition, and we'll have bypassed and squandered all these wonderful blessings God has given us now. Okay, I got to give you some biblical backup about this whole story. King Solomon, he was the son of David and the king of united Israel, all right? And he was probably the wisest man of all time. He had asked, God had given him supernatural wisdom, probably more than any other person. And throughout his life, he exercised that wisely until his later years, but that's another story. But one of the key things he did say was, fear God and keep his commandments, for this is man's all. You know, a rewarding and prosperous life starts with an obedient relationship to God. That's right. If we're not being obedient to God, we can't live a prosperous life and a joy-filled life. We can't be connected with God if we're disobedient all the time. And this intimate relationship with God starts with Jesus Christ. That's when we can have this intimate relationship. So that's job one. All right, so we need to fear God and keep his commandments. But then, here comes the smell the roses part. And I think you'll like this one. This is from Ecclesiastes 2. Nothing is better for a man than that he should eat and drink, and that his soul should enjoy good in his labor. This also I saw was from the hand of God. Nothing is better for a man that he should eat and drink, and that his soul should enjoy good in his labor. This was from the hand of God. You know, it's right out of the Bible. God's telling us to slow down, to enjoy the fruits of our labor. And, you know, when we're obedient to God and He blesses us, now He wants us to enjoy these blessings right here and now. He doesn't want us to be squandering them and thinking about what's next and rushing around that we miss out. And it brings Him pleasure to bless us. So enjoy what you have now. Oh, boy. You know, these are the good old days. And summer is rapidly approaching. Don't squander it in an office working late every day. Spend time with your family and your friends. Do those things. Take a hike. But remember to keep God included in your plans. All right? And remember to give Him thanks and praise. Life is good. All right? God bless you. Enjoy this summer.